you know, what would WrestleMania week be without a little something extra, right? And this belt came to me initially 2 years ago. It's a friend of mine's belt. This is not mine. I put the stones in it. I swapped out the stock stones and put them cubics in there, and then I gave it back to him. And I haven't been around this belt since. But in the meantime, it's gotten taken off of its shop strap and put on real leather. And my friend was gracious enough to let me have it, A, for a video, but also for a fan fest where it's going to get autographed by Dolph Ziggler and Shelton Benjamin. So the modification obviously being leather, that's what I'm pretty much going to be reviewing today. So basically, it came to me 2 years ago or so. I put the stones in it, and then he got it back and then shipped it out to Indiana to have Antonio Mendoza do the leather. And this is the first time I've seen it up close in 2 years. It's been in his display cabinet over at his place. But I wanted you to see my initial reaction to this leather strap. If there's any fingerprint smudges or anything on it, I haven't cleaned it. We're just going to get my first impressions of the strap that Antonio did to this oval Intercontinental. So I'm going to pull this thing out of here very carefully. This is when I shot my Oval Intercontinental Belt Chronicles episode about 2 weeks ago. I mentioned there's a friend of mine that this is his favorite belt, the Oval. This is that friend. So I'm going to be very careful with his pride and joy here. But you can see those are real cubics. I did put those in for him. I think they turned out very well, but that's not why we're here, is it? We're here to talk about Antonio Mendoza's leather work on this belt. So, I do like the snapbox texturing. See, Jamar used a press in the early 2000s, you know. This is more Jamar style. You could tell by that floral pattern. But I think Jamar is just using a press. Like, you'd see it on the Undisputed, especially. Undisputed belt from 2002 to 2005. But, so we have clamshell tooling. Again, Jamar style. Very tight to the plates. Later, Milliken style would have the clamshell tooling a little bit further back and more exposed. The strap would be a bit taller. And then also, I noticed after I filmed my video, I forgot to mention, I'll put a photo up of, I want to say it was either Morrison or McIntyre with the Milliken one. And you can see that it doesn't have this like slim, taper, diagonal, streamlined look. It's a little bit more square before it gets to the snap boxes. There's like a shoulder here where the strap comes up and then carries on. But there's that. So 2x8 on your male snaps and 2x5 on your female snaps. Another Jamar floral pattern. And a couple more little tooling marks up here. Reminiscent of Jamar. It's more snapbox texturing. Very nice. And again, like I said, tight to the leather. Or tight leather cut. Tight to the plates. I can feel it. He did leave the screws exposed on the back. We're going to get a shot of this standing up. It does support itself. We will extrapolate on that a little bit by taking it, not having it so coiled up where it supports itself very well. But we're going to kind of test and see how far can we spread this strap where it still supports itself. Look at that. She's got some sturdiness. She's got a little rigidity to it. So, let's take a look at the backing, and then we'll look at the edges. So far, I'm impressed. That backing feels nice. I'm trying to keep my shadow out of the shot here so I can show you the strap a little bit better. We'll hold it up. There. So you can see the backing is nice and straight and nice and flush. There's no kinks. There's nothing nothing jagged or anything, any problem areas. You know what I mean? It's nice and uniform. And then we're going to look at our edges here, which are very nicely burnished and sealed. Again, with that Mendoza craft. He calls it tramp stamp, right? But call it leather stamp, whatever you want to call it. Again, burnished and sealed edges. And we'll give you a shot of the edges up top here too. There we go. Very nice work. So, like I said, it's in my possession for today's Wednesday, the 16th. So the Fan Fest is until the 25th and 26th. So it's going to be in my possession for about 10 days, maybe 11 or 12. But like I said, my friend's not going to miss it because he's on his way to Vegas to go be at WrestleMania, and wish him, nothing but the best time out there. And next video coming up is going to be this Sunday. I'm getting ready to shoot that one tomorrow. It's the video I teased in my European Belt Chronicles episode. Towards the end, I kind of cut a little bit of a promo in which I talked about a maker that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. I thought was reputable. Turned out it's not as dependable as I thought. I'll just say that. And that video is coming up this Sunday. So please like and subscribe. I am currently sitting at 899 subscribers. My goal is 1,000. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you Sunday on the next one.